Dear colleagues, we continue our agenda, and it will be very short blitz session. We thought that we should speak not only about high materials, which are important in our work, but we also wanted to tell you about concrete steps, concrete projects, which we outlined as key projects for the upcoming year. And also, in case you have some ideas or you know some people, some partners, or among your professional contacts, there are people who might be interested in these projects, we will be glad if you share this information with us. And also you might also participate in these projects. So just a couple of minutes for each of these projects. And the first one, as we mentioned today, the season of Ukrainian culture in France, which starts on the December 1st, and by our estimation, this should become the major cultural event of Ukraine in France since the start of the diplomatic relations between our countries. We work on this to prepare. We work on preparation of this season for over a year, and we're very grateful to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, of France, to the French Institute in the Ukraine for support. And this season will take place not only in Paris, but also in a number of other cities. But more details we will learn from Tetiana. Yes, we plan that the season will be not only in France, and not only in France, but all over France. And so we work with French people and with French cities and Ukrainian cities and French Institute and our representation in France. We form our agenda, our program, which will be diverse, and we will invite Ukrainian artists. The topic is the voyage, because we understand that for many French citizens, the trip to Ukraine is inaccessible now, but through cultural projects, they will be able to travel to Ukraine virtually. And when our borders, when the circumstances will be more favorable, we'll be able to come to Ukraine in person. And so we also have disciplinary diversity. Our program covers all types of art, and there will be many projects dedicated to cooperation between Ukraine and France. In particular, that we already have some grounds in that area over 30 years. There are some results from our cooperation which continued for over 30 years. I will also present our next project is long-lasting cooperation between the Ukrainian Institute, British Council, and Museum Association of Britain, which aims at cooperation with museums. But here also universities also could fold in this cooperation, and all agencies which work with heritage. This is a very practical tool, a guide, a roadmap, which helps step by step to work with Ukrainian heritage, with institutions, with agencies outbound of Ukraine. This is a basic tool, and even researchers without any understanding, any idea what Ukraine is, they can use this tool. Over 100 experts help invested their knowledge to form a base which helps how to identify, how to work with Ukrainian heritage in their collections. This instrument is publicly available. It was launched in the English language. It's available in all our all our partners institutions, and we encourage a Ukrainian institution to use this tool and to propose, to suggest this tool to your foreign colleagues. For the next couple of years, we will promote this instrument and to help institutes to launch this tool on their platforms. Another project which by the art quarter. This winner of the last year contest Visualize. Visualize is the project which supports Ukrainian art abroad. This year we selected two projects. One of them took place in the beginning of the year in the Ukrainian Museum in New York, dedicated to Kiev period of Darwin. And next project is a large school exhibition of Kharkiv School of Photography, which will take place in the beginning of 2026. It is an important event, and the interest to this exhibition, there is interest in other museums in other countries. So the exhibition will kick off in Lithuania and then will travel to other countries. We also remind that in the Ukrainian Institute there is a resource which was created for more convenient navigation around Ukrainian art. This is a website inside UA which we developed to many requests from our partners, our users. It's an easy introduction into Ukrainian culture. It's an opportunity. It provides the opportunity to easily read, listen about Ukrainian culture, to learn. And it will be in order to develop basic understanding what is Ukrainian culture, and also for professional users who are looking for contacts, for points of contacts, for useful information. The website easily navigated. You can sort information in different ways. It's regularly updated. We upload useful materials and new lists from 100 mandatory books to read, 10 films, movies to watch. This is the resource that we promote and ask you to promote in your work, because we created this resource for everyone who works with cultural relations. And also the cooperation which we started this year and plan to continue into 2026 is the work with platforms Google Arts and Culture and social network Reddit. In Google Arts and Culture we have our own page where we uploaded several projects which are dedicated to the key figures, key events, and we are planned to build up this page to provide more opportunities about Ukrainian, more information, more opportunities to learn about Ukrainian art. There is, in particular, currently there is a project. The highlight of this page is the project about Alexei Murashko, Ukrainian artist, and for next year we plan to increase presence. Also, another thing, Reddit, one of the most popular networks, social networks in the United States and North America. We had several sessions with them on different topics. We covered many topics, cultural topics, history topics. And I recently was in the United States, and accidental people whom I met, they told me that they read or listened my session on Reddit. So it works really.
So, hello again. Actually, next year we plan a big information campaign which will make the experience of Ukraine, cultural, historic one, closer to the experience of the countries we work with. We are talking about the countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, first of all. And we would like to launch a campaign which will regroup important personalities and events that are significant for us, Ukrainian society, and also close to Indonesia, Brazil, or Southern Africa. And so, in our opinion, this campaign deciphers the phenomena for these countries. And another project we started to work with this year that will continue next year, it's a cooperation with the team Ukrainian Witness, Vitaly Daineha, painter Alexei Musayev, and Dark Cloud. You must have seen this Dark Cloud at the festival Burning Man in the US and also in Kyiv. and you all know the drama behind it, how it was created from the remnants of the previous one, and we plan to organize a European tour of this cloud, and we are currently negotiating with different platforms, and we are talking about political and security conferences that will be held with a year in the world to emphasize the role of Ukraine in the architecture, security architecture of the world, and through this exhibition piece, we hope to draw attention to Ukraine. This is one of my favorite projects. It's a serious anthology of Ukrainian academic music. We started working on it in 2017. These are quite significant volumes with comments from music historians from Ukraine, and the problem of Ukrainian academic music is often that foreign musicians have access to the documents, to the notes, but they do not know who is the author, and so it's not part of academic programs, and it is not used for performances of orchestras. So the anthologies should fill this gap. As I said, they consist from the scores, certain compositions, and in our opinion, in the opinion of our music sector and the wider public, they are quite emblematic for Ukrainian music of 20th, 21st century. It's not an attempt to show a unique collection of Ukrainian scores, but it's an attempt to underline some famous pieces that are already known in Ukraine and abroad. But at the same time, we would like to present less known works for the public. So we've published 4 anthologies dedicated to the music of artists of the 60s, then the 70s of the last century, then anthology of symphonies, and the latest is anthology of Letoshinsky, dedicated to 130 years since his birthday. And for the 2026, we plan to publish some more works, and we spread them among music specialists, music historians abroad. So hopefully they will get to the hands they seek. Here is a variety of different programs of Ukrainian Institute. A big part of our job is not separate events or measures, but regular events that we organize as part of wider initiatives. So it's possible to get funding for long-term projects. And we're also talking about the support of Ukrainian studies in the world that we've been implementing since 2020. That's something that will be repetitive. This need of certain sectors in Ukraine remains, and we also satisfy the need of foreign platforms that want to invite Ukrainian representatives. So a lot of these programs are, for example, linked to film festivals that are repetitive, and or other events. and the participants or the winners can spend the prize for their ambitions. And I guess it takes half of our project portfolio. And another thing we've already mentioned today, increased presence of Ukrainians at different intellectual forums, film festivals, discussion platforms, think tanks. I think many of you will recognize these logos, these titles. European, Asian, Latin American events. Of course, these are not all the events that we attend or plan to attend, but our goal is to ensure regular presence of Ukrainians there, because even if we miss an important festival 1 year, it means that we have to start all over again. So with regular presence, we ensure our role there for the future. And the special prize of special star of this Bliss presentation is the project of Lviv, European Capital of Culture 2030. And to present it, I would like to invite Yulia Komchin, Director of the Culture Institute in Lviv. Please come here, and I will add something later. Hello. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this event. This case has to be visible. For the first time in its history, independent history, Ukraine is in the final of the competition European Capital of Culture. That's the program, the long-term program of the highest level in the European Union. And for Ukraine, this program was closed, but when Ukraine became candidate country, we got the possibility to apply. So we did that. I will tell you about how we are working with the Ukrainian Institute and why this application is not only application of the city of Lviv, and about how you can also become ambassadors and witnesses if we win. So Lviv, European Capital of Culture. Briefly about the unique nature of this case. We managed to do it in the circumstances that we don't have to explain to you, and that's a unique case for the European Capital of Culture program. It's a case that people achieved with their hard work, and it shows that Ukraine is a country with a competitive and visible culture. This application was something people from across Ukraine worked on, and we present this case not only on behalf of the city, but on behalf of all people who live in Lviv and all cultural figures of Ukraine. The concept that we advance within the framework of this competition is responsibility of being, and this concept reflects our pain, our reality, but also shows our strength, our resilience, our faith in ourselves, responsibility of being, responsibility to be is about the culture which helps to build our existence, and we do not limit ourselves with Ukrainians and responsibility of Ukrainians. So we also call upon to all European countries to defend dignity, freedom, and art. Here you can see the program that Lviv and Ukraine will rely on within this competition. The principles underlying it are action, agency, activity, And for us, it's important to win in this competition not as a victim. It's important to be a competitor, a country which has something to say, which has something to show to the world. And we think mainly about witnessing, taking care, and imagining. And we would like culture to keep us together, to ensure our mental health. It's also about culture which can and has to help us stay people, stay humans in spite of everything. And Ms. Alexandra Matvichuk mentioned lack of imagination, something our enemies actually lack. They say that imagination helps to build the future, and so our 6 programs evolve around this concept. So remembering culture, cares, joint strength. Actually, the joint strength is the program that we worked on together with the Ukrainian Institute. It's a cycle of open calls from the leading institutions in the area of cultural diplomacy, and one of them is Tandem. So something that is supported by the Ukrainian Institute. Another program is developed together with Ukrainian Cultural Foundation. Then patterns of imagination, fairy tales for rabbits, and so that's how we structure our offer. On the 19th of October, we will go to Brussels. On the 20th, we will present our application, and after that, we will all know who will be the winner of this competition. And who will become the European Capital of Culture 2030. Ukrainian Institute, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ukrainian Cultural Foundation, the Ministry of Culture and Strategic Communication are all partners and institutions accompanying us on this way. Thank you, Julia. I really want this project to succeed, and if you haven't heard about this competition, I would like to tell you that it is one of the biggest contests, and every year 2 or 3 European cities get this title, and it shows that the city, the country gets a lot of attention. It draws tourists and funds, and the biggest success case was Liverpool at the time, and it rediscovered itself as a city, as a community, as a cultural infrastructure, and attracted a lot of funds, investments in the city and the cultural area in particular. So it presents many opportunities, and I shouldn't even say that we really need that. It's an opportunity for the whole of Ukraine and not only one city. So why did we decide to participate in it, in this initiative? First, to add some resources and to additionally legitimize this application in the eyes of those who will assess it. And so we tried to add funding from the state, because the funding would consist from the funds from national budget and European budget. And it's important for us to show inside the country that different agencies are ready to contribute to it and to see value in it. So I wish you all successes on the 20th of October. And we skipped one slide. We are actually talking about Crimea, and next year we will have a big international exhibition about Crimea, which will be entitled "What do we talk about when we talk about Crimea?" The curators will be Katerina Semeniuk and Oksana Dolopolova, and together with them, we would like to collect a dozen of modern Ukrainian and Crimean Tatar painters, and we will create a space where the visitors will be able to feel the Crimea that we all care about, that we all keep living with. And next year in Poland, we will initiate an exhibition. It will happen in spring, and hopefully over the next few years, different countries of Europe will host this exhibition as well. Thank you. I hope that we presented everything for you. We tried to be as concise as possible. We will be thankful for your advice. And let's start the next session. Yes, thank you.